Did you see any of the highlights or any of the broadcasts? Because they actually went down to the renovated the old Blackburn Field in Alabama, and it was a big thing. It was obviously they had Fox got the whole crew there. A Rod, Big Poppy. Oh gosh, who was the Derek Jeter, and they had Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. there.
Mm.
They renovated a whole stadium there, so they had Reggie Jackson on, and he had some real powerful words. Do you catch it?
Yeah, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has some
buddy.
very powerful words, man.
Boy, man, look, it was real. Like he. It was like live from the civil rights era, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything he said was like, you know, you can't stay here. He can't stay here.
Yeah,
You know, and then he had to, sleep on a few people's couches,
yeah.
just because he couldn't stay in certain hotels.
Hotels. They
He
would.
couldn't eat in certain places.
Yeah,
That sort of thing. But his team stuck by him though. That's the
yeah.
most important thing.
Most.
His team
Yeah, because
stuck by
you
him.
need that, and
Yeah,
unfortunately, even today, we still need allies today.
we do. We
And that's
do.
why, and I'm gonna let you take off a little bit if you had anything to add. That's why I wanted to kind of put all of this together in like one conversation. I'm looking at my notes because, like I said, I jotted down some things about Willie Mays and stuff I didn't even know. Some things they were talking about during the broadcast, and obviously them being down at the old Black Baron, the renovated Black Barons field, and Reggie Jackson there, and Barry Bonds being Willie Mays' grandson. So, when they just sharing stories, it's like I said, if it was anything you needed that, if you wanted to add, because I pretty much went through some of the stats. If it was something you wanted to add.
Man, look, you talking about somebody. You talking about somebody that's. A lot of people say that Babe Ruth was more than a man. He was more than a man, but less than a god, or
Mhm.
that sort of thing. And and then when you think about it, when you think about it, you hear those things, but you also it's other people in mind that other than that one person.
Yeah,
Uh, you know what he brought to the game, and was inspiration. Uh, I know I can't look at some of the stats right now, um,
that's fine.
but you know,
Yeah, I just like I said, I ran through Willie Mays' stats pretty tough. Um, it was just that like it, it was more than just him. It was a lot of guys that paved the way through that had to, had to form the Negro Leagues and integrated the game and they were talking about Jackie Robinson, of course, and Willie Mays was one of them ones. Obviously, the nickname to say, "Hey kid," the great over the shoulder catch. I forgot what World Series that was, which man, I've probably seen that highlight a gajillion times in my lifetime. And
yeah,
trust me, they showed it like a million more the day he passed.
yeah,
I've seen
like
that I've seen that catch like doggone like when Buddy what's a big like when Jordan hit the shot on Elo in the playoffs.
yeah,
One of those highlights.
yeah.
Yeah, one of those,
That
man.
man,
Um
like, dude, 24-time All-Star,
yeah, I hit it, yeah. Isn't that crazy?
24 times
24
from
times.
1954 to 1972 or three. I think it
Yeah,
was 73. 73.
yeah,
From what I've known.
yeah.
He was 24-time All-Star. Uh, he won a World Series. I know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. World Series.
uh,
Like I said, real quick, I hit on it a couple of times. I mean, I hit over the stats a few times, and I just want to reiterate this too, because I was saying it as you was coming on, and I'm going to reiterate it. You know how they're doing the mandatory draft now from 18 to
yeah,
26 years old?
yeah,
See, that was a thing then.
yeah,
Professional athletes had to go and fight in a war.
yeah,
They weren't
yeah,
exempt because you played for the Dodgers or the Braves. You played for the Lakers. You weren't exempt. Everybody had to go. It was mandatory,
yeah.
and that's why I was saying he could have. Now he's in the 600 home run club. I don't know if you could look it up exactly the number. I
Six,
should have did my
six. It was
diligence a little
660.
better. Okay, so check this out. Because he played a couple of years in the Negro League, and then he got drafted and fought in the Korean War. Those
He fought in the
numbers,
Korean War.
yeah,
He
yeah. So
fought.
you got to take
He fought.
you take
He
those
fought.
years out.
He fought with my uncle. Then he fought with my
Okay,
uncle. My,
see my point.
wow.
See, that's my point. So those years he fought in the Korean War, those years he no stats. He would have passed everybody. He would have been number one in all these lists. But that's why I was saying I brought up the draft and stuff like that. Yeah, everybody had to. Yeah, it didn't matter if you was whatever. You had to go over there and serve the country, and 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 they made a point. Yeah, he would have been number one in all these lists. But if you take those years, you know, where he wasn't doing anything statistically. So yeah, but definitely, a legend, man, a legend passed, and this is gonna be a perfect segue. We had Juneteenth, you know, um, so just a lot of the references and a lot of the historical things that were said during that broadcast now had trickled over to that day and and I mean you couldn't flip around the TV without. See, even though I hate that Hollywood got most of it be like some slave kind of stuff, like I don't want to hear a nigga on no day like that. But you know how TV kind of get on you, be like, yo, like we did like great historical things. We just weren't all, you know what I'm saying? Like I was anyway. I got a bone to pick with Hollywood anyway. It's almost like
But
they say
what
stay in
they
your
try.
place or something.
What they try to make it is authentic as it could be, because a lot of people don't think that back during them times it was as awful as everybody depicts it. I was like, nah, brother. Like
It,
like it really was that way, man. Like
look,
my grandfather had a
yeah.
green book. So
Oh, okay.
like
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
that was real.
Real. Yeah. I, I I gotta put this like it's not like I'm trying to dog it.
Yeah.
It's just like if it's something of Black Trump, like of course they show um 42. Okay, I rock. I'm a rock with that. I said, I watched it. I watched that again, and then of course Jackie Robinson's story. I mean, we all know. I mean, trust me, I'm pretty sure he went through way worse than what the movie depicted. Stuff like that. I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
I got the reason why I got a beef. I'm flipping, and I saw a dude hanging from the tree. I'm like, why? We done some triumphant things like like sometimes, yeah, pacify me. They showed Black Panther. I want to see Black Panther. I want to see Black Panther. I want to be flipping to see somebody hanging from a tree. No, I don't want to see that. Yeah, I want to see Jackie Robinson. Yeah, I want to see Black Panther. I get it. But I don't want to see that. Not on Juneteenth, man.
Now, not on Juneteenth.
Not
Not
on
on
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. I get it.
Not
I
on
get it.
June. You see what
I get it.
You see what I'm coming
I
from,
get it.
bro?
Not not on Juneteenth.
Not
No,
no, not on
no.
Juneteenth.
So
And yeah,
yeah. So it's like the conversation between that conversation between James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni.
mm,
It was something. I ran across. I said I want to watch that whole thing. But they talk about everything. It's talking about black love. They talk about everything.
yeah,
But I remember when Nikki Giovanni came to Fort Valley. She came to Fort
yeah.
Valley for the Davidson election series.
The lecture
But
series,
yeah,
yeah.
I get what you mean though. I
That's
get what you
all
mean
I'm
though.
saying. Like I said, I I don't want to see Django on Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Candy
see. I do not.
land, Candyland.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I'm not saying they played it, but you know what I mean. I don't want to see that. I don't want
Hey,
to see A Time to
hey,
Kill.
hey.
I don't want to see Rosewood.
No, oh
No,
no,
no, no,
no,
no.
nah.
I'm not trying to see that. No,
Hey,
no, 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 no.
Glory Road though. I'll
Oh
watch
yeah, I
that.
like.
Glory
Yeah,
Road.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
And,
yeah.
well, and real quick, and of course, because we talk sports, I'm bringing up a lot of sports movies. Obviously, I can get into a lot of different movies, but I just want to keep it sports related. So yeah, like you said, Glory Road, Jackie Robinson. Oh man, it's another one. Oh, it's
What's
another
my
one
man?
that leaves me.
What's
Hmm?
my man? My man. Dang, I can't think of his name, man. He got the high top fade, track and field.
Oh, oh! I saw a great thing on Jesse Owens.
Jesse on.
Now that I think that you brought up track and field, they on the History Channel they did a really good thing. It was narrated. It was done by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and you know, obviously he ran during the Olympics, the Berlin Olympics, and you know, and Hitler was like, you know, we got our Aryan supermen. He said, and Jesse said, "Word, hold my beer."
Hold my beer.
Word, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, and
yeah.
smoking,
Smoke
smoking people
every
out there.
last one of
So,
them.
real quick, and I'm gonna let you cook. Um, we talked about, you know, obviously we talked about Juneteenth. We bringing it sports wise, and if anybody don't know, obviously, 18, obviously June 19th, 1865. That's when it, the 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 not the what's what I'm looking. The news, the word, the letters got to the remaining slaves, the remaining plantations. But now, obviously, now the decree was actually 2 years before that. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was enacted 2 years before that, but the you know the Confederate States
So,
people still
so
trying to get that free
yeah,
labor. So it
yeah.
literally
Harvey.
took right. So it still took all that time to reach everybody, and it ended in Galveston, Texas.
Yep.
So
So
that's
OD.
why, for everybody, that's why it's June 19th,
The,
1865.
yeah,
Just
the
just a
army.
piece of a yeah.
Yeah, the army had to set out on ships to the coast and let
Cold.
everybody know that you
Yeah,
free. You
yeah,
are free. So
yeah.
if you don't know where I got that from, go watch the Roots. I'm just a slave,
Yeah,
and
I know.
yes, I
Oh
only
yeah,
slave.
I saw that on Blackish.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been to you know I'm a share a story. We're gonna move on. Well, actually, share a story and add a story. When I was living in Philadelphia, now see, I had known about Juneteenth back in high school, but I found it out in a real messed up way because I was going to a real small school in Meriwether County, and Um, so of course, summer hit, just hanging out with my boys, yada yada yada. So I don't know who brought it up or who had the flyer, but everybody said, "Yo, man, let's go to Thomaston on the 19th. It's nigga day." I said, "What now?" I said, "What now?" Yo, it's nigga day. And I'm like, "What?"
Yo, Yo, I've heard that
It's, bro, I've
so
heard
many
the
times
most
now.
country racist backward stuff in
Bullshit.
my life living in Georgia. So the reason why I brought up the story, because when I was living in Philly 3 years ago, we of course we celebrated Juneteenth, and funny enough, ironically enough, my frat brother, his homeboy, his birthday is June 19th. So we grilling, we sitting outside, and everybody, woo woo, talking and eating and talking about this, talking about that, about the day. And I'm being the eldest statesman. I said, real talk, y'all lived in North States your whole life. Y'all from Pennsylvania and whatnot, right? By the most part. Yeah. I'm from New York. Yeah, well, I've been here my whole life. Well, I moved down here from New York, blah, blah, blah. I said, let me give you all a history lesson. And I love that the respect has been put on this, and one of the great things that social media has brought us, that the respect. Actually, my Zeta's sister, Miss Opal Lee, she was the one that spearheaded the movement to get Juneteenth recognized by the government. So that's the blue and white thing. Love you, Miss Lee, Soror Lee. So they in their 20s. They've been living in the North their whole life. The most they probably heard and gotten was somebody didn't serve them, like somebody gave them an ugly look or couldn't catch a cab. I don't know, whatever. So I told them that story. I said, yeah, way back when I was in high school, it wasn't Juneteenth. This is disrespect. Disrespect was disrespected when I was younger. I didn't know it was Liberation Day. It was our Liberation Day till I got to the site in Thomaston. When we got there, then you saw the banners, our Independence Day, turn up, everybody's grilling. It was a whole big block party. It was a beautiful thing. They say you can't get black people around. Yeah, right. No fights, no issue.
Yeah.
I remember vividly, like yesterday, because I'm like, why y'all? I'm like, why y'all call it, man? I would white folk call it.
There it is.
And when I
And
told
y'all went along with
and, and when I told them that story back in Philly, everybody's eyes got that big, and their mouth was on the floor. Like, are you kidding? Like I was like I feel like the old Negro said, "Come gather around, children.
it.
we gather around. We've gotten better. Gather around, children." Like literally, like everybody's eyes was that big. Like they had never heard nothing like that
Right.
before. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
it almost made me cry because, like, literally, bro, you hit it on the head. White folks called it that, and y'all dumbasses went with it. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. They were like, yo, let's go down to this, let's go down there. I'm like, why y'all, what the hell? Man, it's a big block party. Da da da. But like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't care. You get down there, you saw the banners, you saw the real meaning of the day. I'm like, dang, I'm calling it that. So that's just a little piece of my personal experience. I've had great experiences. Unfortunately, my first experience was ignorant, but yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, my first but hey man, we like I said, hey man, we got to do better,
Got
and I'm glad
to.
we saw a lot of good things. Like I said, my soror Miss Opal Lee, made it a Fed holiday. We saw Kendrick Lamar put on an amazing show that night, his pop-up concert.